against the Vikings, who come in at 2-6.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Now Perry. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Stafford now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Coming in carrying the losing streak, not the start that they were looking for. 3 and out on the opening drive.
So now everyone's looking at each other. And what I mean by that is, who's going to make the right play? Who's going to get us out of the doldrums? Who's going to get us out of this funk that they're in right now? They've got to find someone who will make a play, create a play, and get their confidence moving in the right direction.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 1st and 10, McMahon over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, McMahon. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Throwing on first down, McMahon. And he fires Here's one incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. To throw again, McMahon. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. McMahon. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
From his own goal line, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he gets this one all the way up to the 24. A good pickup there at 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
This is Perry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Play fake here on first down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
The play clock's running down. On 1st and 10, McMahon. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Tomahali in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. The Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. McMahon. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To throw. McMahon, he's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, McMahon, and he finds Cook. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. On 1st down, McMahon. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw on 2nd down, McMahon. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Back to throw, Stafford. And this one is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd down following the incompletion. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Stafford. And that is incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And now out comes Minnesota.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They start the drive with Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run again on first down. Cook, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. McMahon. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. McMahon. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Now it's Stafford. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Big 20. Libra. Big 20. Libra. 21.
Perry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Meanwhile, over in Lambeau, an update. The Chiefs have added on, and they're pulling away in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They keep it on the ground again. It's Perry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, boys, here we go. Hey, 5-0. Four there. Alert. Trio right. Safe.
Out of the gun, Stafford. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Linval Joseph in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Detroit. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Murray. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Andy Lee now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's fielded at the 34. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hey. 10. Wide, get wide.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So 2nd and 10 here.
Right. He's done right here. Set right. Hey, easy. Set. Lady.
Throwing again. Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
To throw on 2nd down. McMahon finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Here's Andy Lee now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Linval Joseph with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. A final shot before the break. Stafford. And that is incomplete. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Give. This is Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They run it again with Cook. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, McMahon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tahir Whitehead with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This will be taken at the 10. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
15 yards through the air and a first down. Side taken in by Galladay. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They run with Perry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now they try the right side here. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And this is Parker, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Meanwhile, over in Lambeau, an update. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. From the 50, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And the slot man goes in motion left. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second down, here's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now Stafford. And it's caught by Parker. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
32.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down.
flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Stafford. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. And the D looking like they may blitz. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Second and goal is still a decent chunk of yardage here. They're on the 8. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. throwing on first down. McMahon. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. To throw again. McMahon. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Let's go.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Back to throw. McMahon. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Comes to Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On second down, Cook. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Vikings on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Let's go. Marty.
From the gun, McMahon. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Let's go. Here we go. Detroit. No. Check. Patriot.
On first down, Murray. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
After the interception, here's Stafford. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. The Chiefs have added on. They're pulling away in that one. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. To throw on second down is Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, here's Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. The Jags have just scored as they'll add on to their lead. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. He'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Now a run with Cook. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 3-19.
Again, it's Cook. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. The Chiefs have added on. They're pulling away in that one. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You
loved
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Minnesota, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Detroit, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.